Hi friends, so to put Jojen Reed from the A Song of Ice and Fire series into the spotlight. Jojen is the young greenseeing.
You didn't dream it, you saw it. And so did I.
You have the sight too.
At least at first he says he's a greenseeing. Turns out he's actually a warg.
You can get inside his head, see through his eyes.
Only when I'm asleep.
That's how it begins until you learn to control it. You're a warg.
Either way, him and his sister Meera go to Winterfell. Once there, they find Bran and go on an epic adventure over the wall.
I'm Jojen Reed. This is my sister, Meera. We've come a long way to find you, Brandon. And we have much farther to go.
The name Jojen was actually made up by author George R.R. Martin for this series. The surname Reed comes from the word reed, which has two meanings. The first is a tall, slender-leafed plant of the grass family that grows in water or on marshy ground. This ties in perfectly to the fact that House Reed is actually situated on a river. The second meaning of Reed is a weak or impressionable person. This actually ties in pretty well to how Jojen Reed is perceived. He is seen by many as being very weak because he is physically quite weak.
Any boy his age who needs his sister to protect him is going to find himself needing lots of protecting.
Some people will always need help.
As I mentioned, Jojen Reed is from House Reed. Their sigil is a black lizard lion on a green field. The colours used in the sigil are very interesting and very symbolic. When used on flags, black is used to symbolise determination, ethnic heritage, death, mourning and defeat of enemies. This tells us what we kind of already know about House Reed, that they're a very strong and very powerful house. They fought alongside Robert Baratheon and Eddard Stark during Robert's rebellion.
Your father is Howland Reed?
Yeah.
Saved my father's life during the rebellion.
Green is used to symbolise agricultural influence, prosperity, youthfulness and hope. Obviously, looking at this character, the idea of youthfulness and hope is very interesting. Jojen is obviously very young. He is 13 when we meet him. And he is a symbol of hope, as he's going to take Bran over the wall so Bran can learn how to be a greenseeing. I mentioned earlier on that their sigil is a very lizard lion. A lizard lion is a creature that exists within Westeros. It's very similar to what we would call a crocodile. Lizard lions are the only crocodilian type animal in Westeros, so it's kind of safe to assume that they basically are a crocodile. Obviously this sigil will come from the fact that there's most likely lizard lions in the river where House Reed is built. We know this because crocodiles often live in rivers, and if lizard lions are the equivalent to crocodiles, surely there's some in rivers in Westeros. Crocodiles, and therefore most likely lizard lions, tend to be ambush predators. They'll wait very still in the water until their prey comes near them and then they'll attack. This tells us that House Reed is very patient and can seem harmless but are actually lethal.
I'm unarmed.
That was poor planning.
My sister carries the weapon.
I'm better with them.
Normally, along with the sigil of a house, I always cover the words of the house. However, the words of House Reed are actually unknown. There are quite a few differences in Jojen's character between the book series and the TV show. The first pretty big difference is when we meet him. In the books, we meet Jojen in the second book, A Clash of Kings. This pretty much corresponds to the second season of the TV show. However, we only meet him and his sister in the third season of the show. This is because the directors were worried about having too many characters within the second season. They were worried that if they had too many characters, they couldn't actually develop any of the characters, trying to flick from one to the next. Because of this, Jojen has different interactions with characters within the books than he does in the TV show. In the books, for example, he meets Old Nan, who nicknames him Little Grandfather. She does so because he is extremely wise and seems to have way more wisdom than a 13-year-old should have. However, in the TV show, Old Nan is dead by the point that Jojen arrives, so she never gives him a nickname. In the book series, it's actually Jojen who dreams of the Ironborn attacking Winterfell and sees who they kill. In the TV show, this is changed to Bran seeing these visions.
I dreamt that the sea came to Winterfell. I saw waves crashing against the gates, and the water came flowing over the walls.
In the TV show, we see Jojen die a pretty horrible death. He is attacked by the Whites and injured. His sister Meera ends up killing him out of mercy so that he won't suffer.
Go with them.
This doesn't happen in the books. In fact, Jojen doesn't die in the books. At least not up until where we are now in the books. Jojen does dream of his death and knows how he'll die in the books. He makes it understood that this is not going to be a pretty death, but he never actually says what's going to happen. Fans speculate that his death in the books is going to mirror or be very similar to his death in the TV show. Jojen was played by Thomas Brodie Sangster. Sangster was actually not aware that his character was going to die in the show. In fact, he only found out about Jojen's death when he read the script for that episode. Must have been quite the shock. How do you think Jojen's going to die in the books? Do you think it will mirror the TV show, or do you think it's going to be completely different? Please tell me in the comment section down below. And until next time, happy bubbles! Thanks so much for watching this video, and thank you to my Patreon bubblers for supporting the channel. If you want to see the other characters from the Game of Thrones series I've already covered, you can click on the box on the left. Or you can click on the box on the right to see the most recent video that I have uploaded. Thanks for liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell.